Hello guys, my name is Tom Antos, and in this video I'm going to review the new DJI Phantom 4. So this is the latest drone from DJI, which is their sort of a consumer drone that allows you to fly around, have fun, and take beautiful photos and videos with it. So if you're a filmmaker and you're looking to add some production value to your films with those aerial shots, then you're going to be looking at getting a drone such as this one. And there's a lot of drones on the market these days. I think this one is right now the best value. Now the reason why I think this one offers the best value currently is because it just gives you a whole lot of tools that makes getting really good looking aerial shots really easily. Also above everything else, what I love about this drone is just how easy it is right now to use. I mean, I think the DJI has pretty much made what I would call an idiot-proof drone. Meaning that to crash this thing, you pretty much have to deliberately be flying it into the ground or something. And even then, if you, for example, let's say flying into a building or something, unless you disable all the safety features, this drone will actually not allow you to do it. That's because in the latest version, they have sensors here in the front, as well as the ones in the bottom, that will actually are kind of aware of what's in front of the drone. So if you're flying forward, and like I said, you encounter any kind of obstacle, whether it's a tree, building, a person, the drone will actually stop for you and will avoid any collision. And that being said, some of the other kind of safety features that I implemented in this is things like, for example, no-fly zones, which is really helpful if you're in a really, air traffic control busy area. Now, aside from all the safety things, it's just a really fun drone to fly. I've flown pretty much every other drone that there is out there right now. And I gotta tell you that this one, simply because it's so easy to operate, you kind of end up, while you're flying it, you end up sort of almost forgetting that you're flying a drone, which maybe isn't a good thing all the time. But anyways, I know for myself, when I was flying this thing and getting all these shots, after a while, you just kind of, like I said, I almost started thinking that I was like in a video game or something, operating this little virtual camera that I could place anywhere that I wanted, and I could move it, really slow, or I could have it completely static, or I could fly super fast. And this thing goes really fast. So, like I said, it's just a whole lot of fun to fly this thing. And again, if you're a filmmaker, it just makes getting those really nice aerial shots really easy to get. One really cool feature that I like in this, and it has a lot of advanced features, but I'll just talk about the one that really impressed me, is the orientation tool. So you can basically pick a point in space and then you can orient around it. So meaning to get now these really epic sort of sweeping shots where the camera kind of flies around a subject, an actor, a building, is super easy right now, because before, as you know, you would have to kind of figure out the circle and try to stay within a perfect circle while also keeping your subject in the middle of the frame. Well, now it's as simple as literally picking with your finger, the point that you want to kind of concentrate on or orient around, and then all you have to do is just push the sticks on the controller, either left or right, to fly either left or right, and the drone will figure out the circle and will fly and make perfect circles around your subject. So that's a really cool feature. Now it also has other features. I haven't even played around with all of them, to be honest. One I've tested out a little bit is the tracking feature, so you can actually pick an object, again, a car, person, whoever, and the drone will actually follow that person, or will go around the person again. And it seems to work fairly well. Again, I haven't done extensive testing. I did notice though that when the person, for example, is against like a really busy background, like let's say if you're just walking on a field of grass or something, it's going to be okay. But if you're walking amongst other people, or basically a background where there's a lot of different colors, then the tracking tool sometimes has problems keeping the subject tracked. But still, great feature, and I'm sure they're going to be adding more features. There's also a lot of other companies now creating really cool apps for this that, for example, allow you to do 3D mapping, and actually create 3D objects. And there's also a whole other bunch of companies, for example, coming up with like virtual reality kind of headsets that you can then put on and fly this thing, so you can kind of feel like you're, getting a bird's eye view. Another thing I really like about this drone is just how well everything really about it is designed, but really how well the new controller is designed. and it's kind of designed with a photographer or a videographer in mind. What I mean by that is you have all the controls that you need up here, and also now the control for tilting the camera really allows you to get really fine kind of movement, whether you want to move it really fast or really slow and very accurate. Also, it allows you to very quickly adjust the exposure settings, your like I said, your ISO, things like that. Stop and start video recording. So definitely, I think they were keeping filmmakers and photographers in mind when they were designing this controller. Now the camera on this drone has been improved further. The 4K video coming out of it is beautiful. You can also shoot in various image profiles. I shot everything in D-Log, which is like their DJI kind of a flat image profile, which just gives you a lot more dynamic range. Again, really great looking images you can get out of that. You can also shoot 120 frames per second slow motion. That's only in 1080p. And the image also looks beautiful, sharp. There's really no aliasing or more effects on it. So really good quality. It's just that it's 1080p. And also it takes really beautiful photos, and it allows you to take photos in RAW. Another thing that I actually really love about this drone is the case. The case that comes in, it's a styrofoam case, but it's a really sturdy styrofoam case that is really, really well designed because it's very small, but allows you to pack the drone in there, plus 3 batteries, plus the controller, all the cables, charger, spare props, and it even has a spot so you can put in your tablet or iPad and things like that. So it's really cool, case. So you really don't need to buy another case. Now, if you wanted to get something that's really strong, I guess you could just buy something like an outer shell for this, or like a Pelican case that fits this foam. But even without that, I think it's really great because I've actually traveled with this the case that is provided with the drone, and it was no problem. And like I said, because it's so small, it allows you to easily take it with you on an airplane as a carry-on luggage. Another thing they improved in this version of the Phantom is how quick it is to set up everything. So you literally now kind of snap in the propellers. You no longer even have to screw them on. And then you just start up the controller, start up the drone, plug in your tablet or your smartphone to the controller, and that's it. You're ready to go. Now, I really love the return to home function because it just allows you to kind of concentrate on just getting good shots and not have to worry about how much battery you have left or how far you are, because the drone will actually calculate for you based on how far it is from the position where it took off from, basically how much battery it needs to get back. So it was going to give you a warning. When you get that warning, you just click the return to home and you just watch the drone come back on its own while you can just sit back and relax. Now, even if you forget to click return to home, they have another safety feature built in that, like I said, unless you completely screw it up, you cannot go wrong. So basically, when it reaches completely like the last critical amount of battery it needs to get back, the drone will just come back on its own. So that's the great thing. So let's say if you were, I don't know, you passed out in the middle of filming or flying the drone, like I said, you don't have to worry because the drone is just going to come back on its own. Anyways, it's a great drone. I had lots of fun, like I said, flying this thing around and working with it, while I was trying to get some shots for my films. So I'll let you guys just watch some of the shots that I got. Now, if you want to watch the full 4K version of this video, and I'll provide a link for this in the description of this video. Also, if you want to get all the information of where you can get the DJI drone right now, the best prices, all that stuff, again, check out the links in the description of this video, or as always, you can go to my website at tomantosfilms.com. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.